Good evening, I'm Anne Marie Tiernan. Thanks for joining us on this Wednesday night. We've got a lot of news that we want to cover for you tonight. We've got crews that are out gathering information right now for our news at 11 o'clock tonight. And one of the stories that we're following more in depth tonight are these conversations, these community conversations that parents are having with leaders at IPS. Parents talking with the leaders saying, we know that you've got budget constraints and we know there are budget issues. We know that you need to make cuts. These are areas that are important and valuable to us. We also looked at some research about what happens when you take extracurriculars out of the mix and what really motivates students. So make sure you stay tuned for our expanded coverage on that and our big story tonight here on 13 News at 11. Also going to bring in Angela Beckman right now. You know, we had this story earlier tonight about a mother in Zionsville who is really trying to find purpose in her pain after her twins were in a really tragic accident last year.
I remember that from around Thanksgiving time last year, and she has such a large social media following. This Light for Levi, am I correct on that?
That's right.
And the Facebook page and the way she is reaching out and helping others, and she has to get some of that strength from all of the support that she's gotten locally and really across the country from other families who have unfortunately gone through a very similar thing.
That's right. You know, I talked with her recently when putting this story together, and she said she was just overwhelmed. The kindness of not only all those around her, but all these strangers who traveled here to go outside the hospital, Ascension St. Vincent, and pray for her twins, both who were pulled from the water, a near drowning incident, a little boy and a little girl, they're toddlers. One of them is doing fine, the other is still struggling. But mom wants to focus on now reaching out and supporting others like she was supported. Let's take a look at her story. Twins Levi and Lainey were pulled from an indoor pool last year and rushed to the hospital. 2 near-fatal drownings over Thanksgiving in Washington Township. Since then, daughter Lainey fully recovered. Son Levi has a significant brain injury. We first talked with their mom, Megan, about Levi 2 weeks after the incident.
Yes, the MRI results are bad. They're severe. But we're not going to give up faith and we're not going to give up hope.
And now, 10 months later, there are signs of improvement.
1, 2, and cha-cha-cha.
He is doing better. I feel like we are turning a corner with Levi, and it's given me a renewed sense of hope for our own son. But we still have a journey ourselves. So we just keep asking for prayers, and we just thank the community for always supporting our family right now, because it's going to be a long road, but we're not going to give up.
In fact, the family now wants to give back.
I mean, we could just, like I said, just sit in our house and cry all day, but you know, we're taking this platform that we weren't expecting, and we're trying to bring good and light from it.
They created a nonprofit to spread Levi's light and bless other families with children in similar situations with financial support.
You know, we're just trying to find purpose in our pain, and that's what, you know, we didn't want our son's story just to be one that had a dead end to it. We wanted it to continue. I mean, his legacy, we wanted to bring light back to his life.
To raise money, they're hosting a golf outing at Eagle Creek Friday, October 8th, and a Thursday night dinner event at Wahlburgers in Carmel on the 7th.
We reached out to them when we first got into the community because we'd heard about the tragedy and we wanted to give back.
Megan's been sharing the family's journey online, and she found there a community. Working to help others and honor her son is what Megan says makes her her best.
I can't tell you the number of messages I get on Facebook of families thanking me for sharing our journey and our story, because they've either found a treatment or renewed their faith or found hope in what seemed like a hopeless time for them. So it's really given us purpose, and yes, it's just renewed my energy to keep going.
And so she wants to raise money, you know, and really support other families that have kids that have a significant brain injury and they need help and they need resources. And she says, you know, there's so many families that maybe don't get the support that we got, and we want to help them.
And they really have been across the country, all sorts of different therapies. You can look back on her Facebook posts from the moment this happened. She has not stopped moving, has not stopped searching, has not stopped trying to get, you know, the best treatment and hopefully a miracle of some sort that, you know, maybe with all of these therapies, some of his brain activity will come back around. It was great actually to see some of that video, and you can see in his eyes, you know, from where they started to where they are now. So keep going.
Absolutely. So if you're interested, again, that golf outing is next Friday. It's at Eagle Creek, and then the dinner event. I really want to go to this. It's next Thursday night, but it's like when we're working. Yes. But if you would like to go, it's $50 a person, and you know everyone at Wahlburger says there's going to be so much food and drink, and we hope that you come and raise money. They're donating everything, so your proceeds will go right to the cause.
That's great.
And live music, and so I hope in the extended forecast will we have good weather next week?
Next Thursday, next week I'll tell you, looks a little cooler than what we've been dealing with this week. So we'll keep it. Just throw on a sweater, you'll be fine.
Okay.
Warm up with a hamburger and you'll be all good.
Lightforlevi.com is where you'll find more information. You can also find information on the mom's Facebook page. We have a link from WTHR.com. So hopefully the community will come together, and she wants to galvanize the energy that has been given to her, and she wants to shine that light on other families.
She is definitely already paying it forward.
I know. It's amazing. I'm so impressed and motivated by her.
Yeah.
Glorious weather.
Oh my gosh.
Day 3.
Yeah.
This Wednesday.
We had a little confusion during the early news on whether today was Tuesday or Wednesday, but it's officially Wednesday. Mid-80s, we had 85, 84, 84 the last 3 days. We've got 2 more days close to 80 tomorrow and Friday before we track a few changes. These are my kind of favorite kind of days just because the mornings are so comfortable. It's not humid. It's still warm enough to spend plenty of time outside. 74 midday tomorrow and close to 80 for a high tomorrow and Friday. We are timing some rain for the weekend. Right now, if I had to pick the outdoor day, I'd go with Saturday over Sunday. But as we get more local analysis and have that hour-by-hour timeline, will help you make the weekend plans.
I like this time of year too because the grass is green, you know, and I'm just starting now to see a little bit of color on the leaves. I mean, where are we going to see peak here? You think we're another week out?
Peak is, oh no, we're probably still a couple weeks out.
Okay.
Peak is usually, give or take, mid-October-ish.
Okay.
We haven't had a first frost, so that sometimes gets it going.
Yeah.
But I've got one maple tree in the front of my yard that has just a little bit on the top as well. So it's beginning, but we're still probably a couple weeks away from peak.
Yeah, the burning bushes look pretty now.
It's a beautiful time of year.
Yeah, lots of red, and especially when we haven't lost our flowers yet. So we have the mums for the fall, and then we've got all the other flowers from the summer.
Oh my gosh, and those 2 mums that you got me for my birthday, they are the biggest mums I've ever seen.
Have they popped yet?
Yes, they're starting to. I posted a picture, I think, last week, and they were just beginning. So once it's in full bloom, I'm going to post another picture because they are enormous and so beautiful.
Well, you know, it was so funny because I've done that before where you think that you're buying a matching pair and they're closed and you like want to open up the little bulb and make sure that the colors are exactly right because sometimes and it's like, oh, she gave me an orange one and a red one.
No, you did.
Are they the same color?
They're the exact same color. They're perfect.
That's my hope for that.
Yes.
Okay.
And we had lots of people chiming in, praying for the family of Levi, and so yeah.
She covets your prayers and is grateful for them. So thank you for that. So there are 2 mascots here that represent colleges in the state of Indiana that are vying for induction into the Mascot Hall of Fame.
Okay.
One of them is
Purdue Pete.
That's right.
Might get my vote.
Yes, and then the other one happens to be Butler Blue.
Can we vote twice?
Yeah,
because
they're a live mascot.
Right.
So cute.
And Butler's the only live mascot up for voting this time around. But we want them both to get into the next round.
We do, and so you're going to need to vote. So if you want information about how you can support them in their effort to get inducted, and I mean, it's an honor for them, and really, there's this whole ability to recruit a new generation to the brand, to the team through the mascots. You know, I mean, look cute.
They are
I mean,
adorable.
how many people, you know, their kids are like, they love Boomer.
Oh,
you know, it's all
gosh.
about Boomer. It's not necessary, you know, about who's the star on the floor.
Basketball team,
yeah,
sure.
but they really like the mascot. So they do play a really key role in being part of the brand and recruiting the fans and being
Yeah.
part of the entertainment.
And, you know, Purdue Pete got a little bad rap, you know, not too long ago, saying he was one of the scarier mascots. Do you remember hearing that story?
I don't remember that. Just,
Which-
are they saying that this expression here is not friendly?
Yeah, I guess. But I say we vote for him anyway. And I don't think he's scary. They must have just taken a bad picture. I mean, we could all be a little scary, a bad
Yes.
picture of ourselves. Good golly.
Yeah, we don't want a bad angle. It might give off the wrong vibe.
No, so let's vote for them both.
Yeah, that's right. All right, so find out information about voting for either mascot or both mascots. You can vote multiple times online at WTHR.com. And now to the story of the day that we talked about earlier on the news tonight at 5 o'clock, and Angela almost lost it. And Angela, I have so much respect for this lady because I know you don't see all of the things that go on behind the scenes, but you know, she does not flinch. She does not get flustered.
Try to keep it together.
Well, and you're a star at it. I mean, you amaze me every night. And so then when I see like, oh man, this story really got you because it's funny and ridiculous and kind of like
Clever.
clever. That's the word.
Clever.
All right, so we want to show you this video of this art that was being
It's
installed.
art, people.
Yeah, the art there, those white canvases there. This is a different take on art for sure. This is in a museum in Denmark, and they had commissioned this piece. They actually spent, wait for it, $84,000. And commissioned this piece, and the artist sent it in, and when they unveiled it, this is what they got. They got this white piece of canvas. And do you know what the name of this piece of art is?
What is it?
Take the money and run.
Just thought it was funny. I mean, it's funny.
Yeah.
And very clever. I mean, the artist had to put some thought into that.
Yeah.
And there's the art.
That's the thing.
$84,000 worth.
Art is supposed to spark conversation, right?
Oh, it has.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
It's traveled to Indianapolis from Denmark. I'm sure it has other places too. And you know, there are reports that the museum is wanting to get their money back.
But people were looking at it, technically. I mean, it's
we are
drawing
talking about
attention.
it.
Right. Take the money and run.
That's a gig. $84,000. Here's a white canvas. The investment
That
in
you
that.
can get for probably $5 at Hobby Lobby or Michael's.
Or even if it's higher grade, a couple $100. Still, the return on the investment on that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So that was our talker for the day.
I liked it. It's because I was not expecting it, and then because I can't see all the scripts as they're reading. I'm
Yeah.
standing over here, and it caught me as
Yeah.
really funny and very clever.
Well, so maybe as the story unfolds, you know, we'll find out who this artist is, and maybe they'll talk about it. I'm really curious, you know, what this man or woman looks like, and you know what they have to say about
And
it.
the idea behind it. Did they
Yeah.
really just run out of ideas? They're commissioned to do art,
Right.
and did they just
Maybe there's
have a
too much
block?
pressure.
And then they came up with something very good, though.
Yeah, or something they'd rather do than pay, you know, go through the pressure of that, cash the check, and say, there
Take the
you
money
go.
and run.
Yeah, that's right. All right, well, that is a wrap for our little chat tonight here on Facebook Live. But make sure you join us at 11 o'clock. We have a lot more about that story for IPS and making some priorities with these budget decisions that they have to make. Fine-tuning the forecast,
You got it.
looking at what we have coming up for Saturday and Sunday, and just some other things too. So make sure you join us tonight on 13 News at 11. For Angela, I'm Anne Marie.